Good Sunday, everybody. Hey, hate to make one of these videos on the holy day, but unfortunately, I saw another video of all days on the Sabbath. So, I thought I'd put on my fatigues and make a video. You may be wondering, John, why are you wearing that camouflage hat? Well, it just seems to be more and more like we're going to enter into a phase of guerrilla warfare at the least expected time. I keep waiting to just wake up one day and be in a whole different world. And why? Is it going to be because the Russians do it or the Chinese? No, no, not at all. It's going to be us. That's what it's going to be. And let me tell you why it's going to be us. Because we have extremists. Extremists on both sides. Now, I have to admit I've been part of that because, well, sometimes when you're in a room full of screaming people, the only way you can be heard is to scream louder than them. It's unfortunate, yeah. So I saw a video with a guy dressed up like the Joker. Very good costume, very good imitation.
It's just a mask, you guys. Don't be a jerk. It's for the greater good. It's just a vaccine, you guys. Don't be a jerk. It's for the greater good. In 4 months, the U.S. was transformed into an obedient socialist country.
Yeah, okay. So the video's intent was to address the big elephant in the room. Us having to wear masks. Us having to close down schools. Us being told we can't go to church. We can't get within 6 feet of each other. I tell you, they're trying to take your brains. Well, there's only one problem with that. And you're not going to like this, but let me just break it down to you. It still doesn't answer the question where the hell this virus came from. Because that's real. Is it part of the conspiracy, or did it get out of control? And don't hate me for it, but I've got a socialist family up in Canada. They're not socialists, but that's what you guys call Canadians. And I've talked to them here recently, and yeah, things have gotten back to somewhat normal, well, compared to us anyway. And life goes on, oh-blah-dee, oh-blah-da. I think their concern, much like everybody else in the world's concern is, that we might come into their country and bring our coronavirus with us. And our crazy shenanigans. Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine what the other countries are thinking. I know what Canada's thinking. Unfortunately, I have family there, and they've told me. Their biggest concern is that we might come there. So, yeah. But, you know, they're socialists. You can't trust them. So let's look at this theory that you guys have, that the government's using all this as a means to take us out. Okay? Well, in that case, then we can all agree now that Donald Trump sucks, right? Because you can't have that theory without either A, saying that he was part of it, or B, he was not able to see it for what it was and combat it. At most, he was bipolar, and he flip-flopped back and forth. But either way, he is not competent to be president. So we've got that out of the way. Oh, well, at least there's that. That's good. We're going to go out in a blaze of glory, but we're going to be united. Trump sucks. See you in November. Okay. Then there's this second part. Okay. Don't you think that's a bit of an expensive and long way around just simply taking us by force when you're the most powerful army in the world? After all that Trump has done, you don't think when he had all those police lined up in front of the Lincoln Memorial, he couldn't just make it happen? No, they instead decided they were going to brainwash us and let us fight amongst ourselves and confuse the shit out of us and let it go on for months at the expense of the government. And then they were going to take control of us. Okay. I'm not sure I understand that, but oh well. Well, let's look at history. What about J. Edgar Hoover? Now, everybody knows the CIA. They did the MK Ultra. J. Edgar Hoover was tapping everybody's phone. He was blackmailing them. The man was evil. He threatened presidents with releasing stuff. Why wouldn't that have been maybe a sign that they were about to take us over? Or better yet, what about World War II? We had to ration food. We couldn't buy just, steaks all the time. We could only get so much. It was all kinds of limits put on us, and it went on for a while. Huh. You think they changed their mind, just decided to let us be free a little bit longer? Oh, and what about, the draft? Remember Vietnam? We were sending our men over there to slaughter. People knew the chances were they were not going to come back. I wonder why they didn't revolt. That would have been a clear sign to me that the government was trying to tell us what to do. Namely, send our men over there to die for a war that we didn't believe in, we didn't understand. Why do you think the Confederate soldiers, after all of that, why would they have agreed to just, kind of blend back into the United States? Hell, they had a reason to believe that they were going to be forced into submission. I don't know. That's just one man's opinion. I'll tell you another opinion of this one man. What is threatening our democracy is your dumbasses. And let me tell you why. Because the whole world is watching going, yep, that's the problem with democracy right there. That's why democracy doesn't work. Because those dumbasses. Yep. Yeah. It's one thing to have stupid politicians. It's another thing to have stupid media covering the stupid politicians. But it's a whole nother thing when the American citizens, a third of them at least, just start losing their effing minds and making up shit that don't even make sense anymore. But at the same time, disregarding the nurses and the doctors and everything else. Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't be wearing that Make America Great Again hat if you go to the emergency room. I would think they might be sending you to the back of the line since you guys aren't all about that medicine science crap. Man. And you talk about libs being socialist. Hell, we may have no choice but to be that because some of us need to have babysitters.